Hi Fatima, how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Oh, great to meet you. I like grew up watching you.
Oh,
I was
yay.
literally just telling someone today. I'm like, I remember when I used to move all the furniture in my room to try to get the choreographed moves down. I, I mean, I'm not good, but I tried.
Wonderful.
So let's just jump right in. So how were you able to merge Zamunda and Queens with the dance sequences?
Um, we kind of, most of my work in the choreography all was in Zamunda.
Mhm.
So we pretty much stayed there. Um, so yeah, Queens was separate. So we just really played around with what Zamunda it felt like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it was African and it was a lot of fun.
Right. Absolutely. And so, how do you inject some of your personal story into each one of your projects that you take on?
I don't know if it necessarily has my personal story in there. I'm a hip hop choreographer, and so that's where my training comes from and like who I am. So I feel like I put bits of that in it, and all hip hop is really is just African dance reimagined. So for me, it's really about just understanding the script and understanding like how the dance moves the story along and how the dance plays with all the other elements and um, doesn't like work against things but work with things.
Right. I was just going to say, choreography, that's a form of storytelling. So,
Hmm.
yes. And, we tell stories through moving our bodies, or at least we can. So, what would you say is the best way to fall in love with your own body?
Best way to fall in love with my body. Hmm. I mean, dance is an amazing way to fall in love with your body and just staying in shape, and listening to your instincts and listening to what your body is telling you. Your body doesn't lie. And as dancers, we immediately understand when something is off in our life because it's our body telling us. So just listen to it, and it's a very well tuned instrument when you do listen to it, and it'll take care of you as long as you're taking care of it.
Whew, that's a good point. I actually just learned that recently, like listen to your body, what that
Hmm.
actually means. And
Yeah.
I think this last year has really sort of groomed me into sort of, okay, you're burnt out, okay, you're too tired. And I also
Hmm.
had like a fibroids. So I wasn't listening to my body and I had to have
Hmm.
surgery. So yeah, just staying in sync and just listening to it. Your body
Yeah.
is a powerful tool. So
Yes, it is.
and what has been the most important or impactful lesson being in this industry has taught you?
um Most important lesson. I think working in the industry, I've just become a problem solver. And
Mhm.
so one of the things that I have is there's a solution to every problem. So I love finding those solutions. Like I get excitement from that, you
Mhm.
know?
Mhm.
And just following my instincts is really important to me in what I do with dance and even just in my everyday life.
Right.
Yeah.
And what is one thing you wish you knew when you were younger in pursuit of your dreams?
The one thing I wish I knew when I was younger. I don't know. I don't know if I can go. I would tell my younger self to.
Right.
I feel like every point in my life, I definitely learned and grew and I'd probably just be a little. I'd probably have just been a little kinder to myself in a way,
Mhm.
not so hard on myself. Yeah.
So
Because I've
explain.
learned in my older age that, it's really good to take care of you.
So pretty much extending grace to yourself.
Yeah, for
Ugh,
sure.
yes. Are you your own like worst self-critic, would you say? Or
My son is pretty critical of me too. But I think yes, but I think I've learned how to give myself a little bit of credit for some of the things I've done and just don't be so hard on myself for
Mhm.
sure. Yeah.
So how do you balance motherhood and just your day-to-day as well as your career?
Well, my son's 20 now, so he is kind of off on his own.
Mhm.
Um, but of course, still in his life and there for him. And it's been much easier now. But in the past, it was luckily I just was the boss in the room. So I brought him along with me a lot of times. And just showed him a very unique, creative world and life that he was able to live in. It was
Mhm.
really great.
So what piece of advice did your mother
Mhm.
give to you that you have carried on in your journey of motherhood?
Um, let's see, probably just the do unto others as you want done unto you, just karma.
Mhm.
That was a big lesson in life, and just um understanding that doors will open up to you. um as many doors will open up to you as you open up for other people, and just being kind, in that way. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And 2020 was
Hmm.
emotional roller coaster for us all. So what are your reflections on 2020 and what are you hoping for 2021?
Yeah, 2020, I actually really enjoyed the beginning of it and just slowing down. And I live in the country in Ojai, so it was so beautiful to just be able to stop and relax and take it in. And I think my goal is to continue to do more of that. I have, some other movies and lots of other work coming up, or that I'm just even in the middle of right now, but just always taking some time in those moments to just enjoy the moment and live in the present and enjoy life.
Okay. I
Yeah.
I read well, I listened to a previous interview that you did. It was years ago, and
Hmm.
you said that you were like constantly what I got from it, perfection. Like you wanted more. Like, okay, I need to accomplish this. Now I need to accomplish this, and your
Hmm.
success just kept going higher and higher and higher. You were never satisfied. So with that, you said you learned it wasn't good for your soul.
Hmm.
So throughout your continued spiritual growth, what has surprised you so far about yourself?
What has surprised me? Huh. What has surprised me? Mm, I don't know if there's anything that surprised me. I just really, when I pay attention and listen to myself, I really, um, it really does me well.
Mhm.
Like that. There's a certain point in your life where, yeah, you're striving for more, and you have these goals that you want to accomplish. And as a choreographer, there's certain jobs that I want to do, that are on my wish list. And so there's all those things that come up. But now, as I'm older, I think I'm able to really just um, enjoy kind of the fruits of all my labor, and just live life in a calmer, more um, self-aware and happy way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you mentioned a wish list. Do you still have that wish list, or and if so,
I
what?
feel like I've knocked a lot of it off. Definitely,
Awesome.
definitely knocked a lot of it off. I do want to travel some more to places that I haven't gone.
Mhm.
You know, I've traveled so much in my life, but there's some places on my wish list that I would love to go and just yeah, take more time off and I'm definitely in the enjoy life part of my life where I can pick and choose the work that I want to do and things like that. It's a beautiful feeling.
That's definitely a beautiful feeling. I feel like a lot of people strive for that to be able to, okay, no, I don't want to do that. This doesn't sit well with me or my soul or my legacy, so I'm
Mhm.
going to pass on that.
Yeah.
Um, you mentioned before, no matter what you do in life, you have to be happy. So, what does
Mhm.
happiness mean to you?
I mean, happiness is just it's so internal, you know. A lot of times when we're in our early 20s and 30s, we're seeking happiness from external places and from people and thinking those things are going to make us happy. But once you understand that happiness, true happiness comes from inside and comes from really just honoring yourself and listening to your instincts and self-care and loving yourself, then truly will you achieve that. So
And what
that,
does self care look like for you? And how do you practice that daily?
I do tea ceremonies, Chinese tea ceremonies sometimes. I take walks. I enjoy nature. I love gardening.
Hmm.
So that's my lane right now. Gardening. I just bought this beautiful greenhouse that'll be coming in a couple of weeks, and I'm excited to get together.
Oh yeah, so you have a green thumb, huh?
Ye- Yes.
I bought all these new plants probably
Mhm.
in October, and I left for the holidays and just got back actually yesterday.
Mm.
I abandoned my plants, and they
Yeah. Yeah.
yes. So life is a journey filled with ebbs and flows, love and loss. What have you learned about self healing through this journey of life?
Um, yeah, for me, I've just learned that there's like a little girl in me that I just have to make sure that I take care of and not ignore, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
that's okay. And that sometimes that little girl um, shows up and you just have to like take care of her, especially when you're used to being the boss and a very strong woman in life. It's nice to recognize that there is a little girl who needs support and allow that support to come into your life and help take care of you.
I really like that. I feel like sometimes we forget about that inner child, or we
Hmm.
suppress it, or I'm grown. I don't need,
Hmm.
I'm past that stage in life. But sometimes you just need that little reminder and to go back to, paying attention or focusing on that inner child.
Yeah.
Yes. So, what were you most excited about in terms of coming to America and being a part of it?
Yeah, I mean, how could you not be excited about the sequel of this movie? You
Mhm.
know, we've all been waiting for this. So when I got the call to meet with Craig, I was super excited about it and excited to work with Eddie Murphy again, who I worked with doing Remember the Time. And we did Dreamgirls together, where he was nominated for an Oscar. And so it was one of those things, the planets all aligned and it all worked out. And I was super excited to be a part of it.
So, what does your creative process look like in terms of?
Yeah, it's, reading the script, identifying the different dance elements, and then meeting with the director and sometimes it's helping choose songs, sometimes they already have exactly what they want. With this movie, sometimes we created the beats in rehearsal with the drummers. So it's a really collaborative process in working on it.
Right. And I saw Wesley Snipes. He had a few dance moves. Did he
Oh
surprise you?
my God. Wesley was so much fun on set. I could not believe how well he could dance. And every take we would add something new to it that made it so much fun. I mean, the guards had such a hard time not laughing. They were all just sitting there like, we laughed so much on those sets. The land of Zamunda was amazing.
Oh, that sounds amazing. And Wesley Snipes was freestyling his dance moves. Oh,
Yeah, he would throw in a little turn or a little, he just had his own little thing. He was so amazing.
oh, I'm sorry. That should be on Do Not Disturb.
Mm-hmm.
And this is actually my last question. What
Mm-hmm.
do you hope to capture in the minds of audiences when they see a Fatima Robinson execution?
I hope they're thoroughly entertained, and yeah, I hope that the dance brings them joy, when they watch it. That's what I hope to inspire joy in people. And I always want people to get up and do the moves.
Yeah.
So,
I told you. And I feel like we all need a little joy right now. So,
yes.
yes. Well, it was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much
Yeah.
again.
You too. Thank you.
No problem. Have a good one, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.